In this video, I want to focus on how ready we are for change. We want to grow in our careers. It could be that we want to grow personally, develop spiritually, engage in more meaningful and deeper relationships. We may want to just manage more stress in our lives, enjoy the moment more. We'll have a whole range of things that we want to achieve in different aspects of our life. And this video is something that I just don't feel is talked about enough. And that is whether you're ready to invite that change into your life. And I want to share with you all a framework that as a counsellor, I'm aware of when we use to work with clients, because clients often come to sessions at different stages of how ready they are to talk about a problem or how ready they are to really embrace a change that they want. Some clients will be aware that there's a problem, but they don't know where to start. Others may not be even aware that there's an issue. What would your life look like, or how would it look different if you had this thing that you're shooting after? How would this change make you feel differently? So for most of us, presumably, the goal that we're after is going to make us feel better in some way. It's going to improve our life in some way. That's why we're going after the goal. So it's really understanding what impact the goal will have on your life currently, and how it aligns with your values. If you're going after things and spending your energy into things that you really don't value, you may end up with more anxiety, more stress, more regret as a result. So it's always helpful to have a defined list of what it is you value in life. But think about the change you want to invite. Now, it could be, as I said, managing your stress levels, improving the way you relate to your colleagues at work, to your family members. Perhaps it's remaining calm in a situation where normally you're quite triggered or you become quite anxious. So it helps to have a purpose behind that change. Or if you set it as a goal, it helps to have a purpose behind that goal. So you're very clear as to why you are going for it and why you are aiming for this goal. Remember that we are a reflection of the states that we live in. And what I mean by that is, if you're happy, you're probably not going to be feeling very anxious. That's one state. So if you're happy, you're more likely to be more relaxed, not have as many thoughts, not be in your head. You'll probably be able to enjoy the moment more. But if you're in an angry state or in a frustrated state, you're probably going to be a lot more in your head, talking to yourself, having thoughts of this is wrong, that's wrong. Your nervous system's going to kick in. If it's a really intense situation, you feel really anxious, overwhelmed. All of these emotions that we feel trigger a set of reactions and behaviours from us typically, and these go in cycles. So we are a reflection of the emotions that we're experiencing. And the quality of our life is a reflection of the emotions we experience and the cycles of behaviour that we engage in as a result. Understanding that will help you to better understand how likely it is you're going to act in a certain way based on how you feel. Let's share with you now a framework, and it's set in different stages. Stage 1, this is called the pre-contemplation stage. Okay, so this is the very beginning. So this is the stage where you don't even feel a change is needed, or you don't see that there's a problem. You go to work, but you find yourself coming home absolutely exhausted, stressed and anxious about the fact that you might lose your job. You don't bother to cook for yourself or take care of yourself. You just crash on the sofa. You are burned out. If you're in stage 1, it means that you're not aware a change is needed, or perhaps you don't recognize that there's a problem. And that could include denying that there's a problem as well. Stage 2, and this is the contemplation stage, which is you're thinking more and more about the problem. So it's entering your consciousness. You're kind of recognize that, okay, there is a problem. You're thinking more about it. At this point, you're asking a lot of questions, but you're not getting much in the way of answers. You haven't quite found the path towards addressing that issue. It might be that, okay, I'm aware I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm aware this is becoming a problem because it's affecting my personal life, it's affecting my energy levels. But what do I do about it? I just don't know. I feel I have to live with this until I can sort it out. So that's stage 2. You're still further from stage 1 because you have admitted there's a problem. So that's the first step, ultimately, that you're aware there's a problem, but you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. Stage 3 is the preparation stage. This is where you understand that there is a problem. You've asked questions, you've explored a bit about what questions you want answered, what support you need, but you're not entirely clear of what the solutions are. With most of the clients that I see as a counsellor, most of my clients, I'd say, fall into stage 3, the preparation stage, which is they're aware there's a problem and they're actively seeking a solution. They're going to therapy to unpack everything around this problem that they're bringing, and they're trying to understand it, and they're trying to understand why they feel a certain way, how it's impacting their life. And with that knowledge, they're going to be better able to manage the problem. Outside of therapy, it might be now there's so many podcasts, self-help videos. In investigating one problem, several other issues might arise. Several other challenges might arise that you need to address separately. Although they're all linked together in some way, there's still a separate set of challenges that you need to look into. So that's stage 3. It's a crucial stage. And I would say it's one of the more time-consuming stages. We are states, we are reflections of the states we are. If we're angry, one solution is likely not going to work if we're in an angry state. But if we're happy and relaxed, it's probably going to work because we're happy, we're in the moment, we're more likely to be open-minded and consider other options. But when we're angry, that's our focus. Stage 4 is action. So you recognize there's a problem. You've asked yourself what questions there are that you want answered around this problem you're experiencing. You've done research, you've gone to counselling. If you haven't gone to counselling, you kind of read books or tried to read articles or watch podcasts or get more information about the issue you're experiencing and why that happens to be the case. You know enough where you want to start implementing some action. So you have a basic understanding of, I'm aware of what issue I'm experiencing and I'm conscious of the impact it's having on my life. Now I want to sort it out. I want to fix it. So the plan is in place. You have the purpose behind the change you're after or the obstacle you want to overcome. You know why you want to overcome it. So there's a clear purpose there. This is where trial and error happens. So this is the action stage, but really I see it as a counsellor. I see this as an experiment stage. When a client comes to me for solutions, we explore different solutions. And I say, look, these are the solutions available. These are the techniques and tools that you can implement. But you've got to experiment with it and try it out. Because meditation is not for everyone. So it might help one client, it won't help someone else. So see what tools are available, implement them, and see how you felt after. If it helped, great. If it doesn't help, then it means that that is likely not for you. As you're implementing actions, as you're adjusting your routine to sort this issue, you're at the same time learning, okay, what works, what doesn't work. Another crucial thing is to reward yourself. It helps to make the plan sustainable. If you can reward yourself, or at least make the process as enjoyable as possible, it is more likely to be sustainable. I want to share with you an analogy of bodybuilding. So this seems completely random, but they demonstrate the recipe for success. Because bodybuilders are big and massive, but they didn't go to the gym one day, leave the gym, and then they became massive. No. They started at the 1 kilogram dumbbell. They probably on day 1 started with 1 kilogram. That became easy, then they went to 2 and 3. And years later, they're now lifting 50, 60, 70, 100 kilograms. They did not just do that from day 1. Bodybuilders being that big and lifting those heavy weights is a result of the compounding effect of the daily consistent weightlifting practices they had over many years. That analogy applies exactly the same when it comes to improving your mental health or reaching your goals. It's about daily consistent practice. Not a lot of people can implement those changes or those actions on a daily basis without some kind of a reward system or without enjoyment. Pretty soon, most people I know, including me, will get burned out. We just stop enjoying it. So I'm making this YouTube channel right now and this video right now because I'm learning to enjoy the process, because it makes me want to do more videos. If my only goal was to get 10,000 followers and that's all I thought about, I'd probably give up after this video because I've got 2 subscribers at the moment. It's not about that. It's about enjoying the process. So I would encourage you to enjoy the process as you figured out what tools and techniques are working for you. And if you try something and it doesn't work, you haven't failed because you've learned and you're more likely to find the thing that does work. So rewarding yourself, remaining self-compassionate is, in my opinion, crucial if you're in it for the long haul, if this is going to be a long-term practice. So those are the stages of readiness for change that I wanted to share with you, because you can apply that framework to everywhere in your life. Write a list of the things that you want different in your life. And next to it, write down what stage you're in. And I'll put the list of the stages in the description so you can kind of refer to it later. It could be that I want to remain calm in situations where a lot of people panic. You might be in stage 3. Like, you might be very aware of the problems that you've had in the past and how people being anxious has affected you. So you're aware and you're currently looking at different strategies that you can implement. So it works with any area of your life, and it's not a linear process. You'll probably be in stage 4, which is the action stage for something, and then something happens in your life and you'll go back to stage 1. Don't want to try doing any action. You go back to denying the problem. And it's okay. This is where the self-compassion comes in. You have to be kind to yourself. One final tip I want to share with you, and it's something I've mentioned, but it is really important. Make the process enjoyable and take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Focus on one thing at a time and give that thing all of your attention. At the end of the day, see how you feel. Look back and see, okay, I gave all of my time and all of my energy into this thing, and then I moved on to the next. I didn't allow myself to be distracted. I didn't allow my energy to be unnecessarily drained. I can share from personal experience, what I do is I create a checklist every day, and it's normally 4 or 5 things of things I want to do. It could be, and one of them is going for a walk often enough. Go for a walk and clear your head. Another one is make content for your next video. Another one is do some research for your next client. So I have these things that I put in place, and I just focus one thing at a time. If I look at all 5 at once, I get overwhelmed. But I've noticed since I've been just doing one thing at a time, crossing it off, it's so satisfying to cross that off. Remember that while the process is difficult, while it feels arduous, you are doing this for a further purpose. Be in it for the long run. Thank you all, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.